It's not very common for any vendor to make all of their income at just one show. Hello, my darlings. Today's explainer video is going to be about the nomadic nature of much of the workforce for Renaissance fairs. And that's for a couple reasons. One is vendors are not going to make a whole year's income selling their widget at one festival. And if they have a widget or a service that really works at Renaissance festivals, they want to sell it at more of them. Renaissance festivals happen when the weather is the most perfect for that location. So that means that in the winter, the festivals are in Arizona and Florida, and in the spring, they're in Southern California and Dallas and Atlanta, and then in summer there's like 7 open major shows open at the same time. And that's not even counting these lovely tent shows, soft shows that are showing up whenever works best for their climate. So if somebody has a product that really works, they're going to apply to multiple shows. They're going to build what we call a circuit, and that's filling up their calendar with multiple shows so that they can fill out their economic year. And they're either going to be traveling themselves, or they're going to have maybe a road manager, or maybe a combination of going themselves and hiring locals, or a road manager and hiring locals. But in order for a big show to have very many Renaissance pros, they're going to need a campground. And there are some shows that don't have campgrounds, or who have really limited campgrounds. And those shows augment that some by allowing vendors to build living spaces inside their shops. Sometimes their local zoning will not let that happen, and so they've got to give up some land to their campground. Or they've got to choose to hire locals completely. You know, you decide. It's every show has their own theories about it. But the fact that these Renaissance professionals are traveling to do their list of shows means that it's a nomadic workforce. And the people who have made it their career to work for these business owners, whether they're, great salespeople, they're hair braiders, they're henna artists, they're jugglers, they're people that sell juggling toys. There's a lot of skill sets that aren't that easy to hire locally. And those people are also traveling to do whatever circuit they have chosen to do. And so the camping becomes part of and this would be participant camping, becomes part of the planning for what the needs are for a festival. It's not very common for any vendor to make all of their income at just one show. If they've got a product they're selling, they're going to do multiple shows. If they're in food, they might have enough shops that they can make their living at one show. That's what I'm doing. That our semi-retirement is we don't schlep our lives around the country anymore in a fifth wheel trailer. We live in one state, we travel for fun, and we do one show, the Texas Renaissance Festival, where we have 10 restaurants. The other thing is that the Texas Renaissance Festival has a higher expectation from food vendors, and we have more requirements than I did as food vendors at other shows. We have meetings multiple times a year. We have projects, usually it averaged out every other year there was some kind of homework assignment, whether it was writing, whether it was putting together your PR kit, whether it was postulating the next great food item, whether it was changing the flavor of your signage. I mean, we're kind of kept on our toes at that show. I'm on 2 advisory boards related to food at that show right now, and in less than a week I'm flying to Chicago for the National Restaurant Association show. So it takes up more of a year than other festivals might. But not every show is like that. Some people that own shows because they want to have half a year off. And they're in a climate where that works for them. And some spend the whole year making their show the best show they know how to make. But anyway, this was the thing, this nomadic concept of the people that you see at your local show selling something might have been selling something else, selling the same thing somewhere else a few weeks ago. And here's your bonus glossary term for today is the 5-day boogie. And the 5-day boogie is when you're closing a show, your shop's in a show in one state after a Sunday, and you have 5 days to get to another state and set up and be ready to sell on the following Saturday. And personally, I did everything I could to drop any 5-day boogie situations because I did not like that at all. So that's it for today. Let me know if you have any other questions about that. If I really try to go too in depth, these things are just too long. Thanks.